Present.
Okay. Trainer,
Present.
Ebe,
Present.
thank you. Kenna,
Present.
Morissette,
Present.
Temple is absent. Bishop,
Present, sorry.
you're good. You're good. Caringle,
Present.
if I mess up your name, I apologize. Atlas, Senator Atlas, don't.
Amanda, are you still there? Oh, she's in the waiting room. I think she accidentally got out.
Sorry about that, guys. This is why I have beef with Zoom. Okay. Remind me. Okay, Dallas was not here.
I don't think so.
Okay. Kara. Also not here. Butler.
Here.
Hi. Campbell.
Present.
Okay. Castillo. Castillo. Absent. Okay. I'm gonna get this wrong, and I'm so sorry. Lazier.
Present.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you actually got it right.
Yay. Okay. Cool. Pintel.
Present.
All right. Hamid.
Here.
Larson.
Present.
Moore. Senator Moore. Absent. Is it Rose or Rose?
Rose. Present.
Rose. Okay, thank you. Whitson.
Here.
Okay, thank you. Brown.
Present.
Samilla.
Present.
Hamayan.
Here.
Nadella.
Present.
Ishan Patel.
Present.
Alvin Chili is not here at the time. Luthra.
Present.
Yusufari. Senator Yusufari. Absent. Acosta.
Present.
Borges.
Here.
Carter.
Present.
Duke.
Present.
Hochfelder. Senator Hochfelder. Okay. Ms. Holmes.
Present.
I'm here. Jose.
Present.
Lacasse.
Present.
AJ Patel.
Present.
Pullman. Senator Pullman. Okay. Richmond.
Here.
Sandlin.
Present.
Rivera. Senator Rivera. Okay. Marla.
Here.
And Patel. I'm sorry, Patel.
Present.
All right. With 34 out of 44, quorum is verified.
Thank you so much. Please take a look at last meeting's minutes, and I'll take a motion. Do you like Morissette?
Motion to approve last meeting's minutes.
There's been a motion to approve last meeting's minutes. Are there any objections? Seeing none, last meetings stand approved. Approval of the agenda. Please take a look at today's agenda, and I'll take a motion. Senator Vice Chair Kringle.
Motion to approve this meeting's agenda.
There's been a motion to approve this meeting's agenda. Are there any objections? Seeing none, this meeting's agenda stands approved. Open forum. Are there any non-senators wishing to speak during open forum? Seeing none, is there a motion to move to announcements from the Senate President?
So moved.
All right. So good evening, guys. I'm sorry I'm not going to be here the whole evening. My big test is tomorrow, and I want to say good luck to our branch heads and Chair Temple on the LSAT. We'll be fully virtual June 22nd because I will be out of town. So please don't show up. You will be the only person in the chamber. And then I want to share a quote that kind of helped me this week get through like my nerves. And I hope it helps with anyone. I know people are taking summer classes. Some people are taking MCAT. So I just wanted to say the quote by Eleanor Roosevelt, which is, "You must do the things that you think you cannot do." And then I hereby appoint Senator Adam Kringle to the ASB committee. Last thing I do want to say is I will be yielding the chair to Pro Tempore DeMarla. Please give her grace. This will be the first time she is going through the meeting. It's like, substitute teacher, like she's going to give me a report when I come back. So, but I do want to say we have 3 more appointments from the executive cabinet. I will stand by the questions, the social media questions that I will not see. One being that the social media questions that were asked have nothing to do with how they operate in their job or how it affect the student body. If there's something you see on the social media that's personally going to affect your vote, that you're more than welcome to do that. However, I'm just not going to allow questions like that. I've seen questions like that in the past session, and it just never turned out well. But if you have any questions and want to conversate with me regarding that, you're more than welcome to. However, I'm going to do that for the rest of the 55th session. And yeah, that's it from me. Are there any questions regarding my announcements before I yield the chair to Pro Tempore DeMarla? Seeing none. Bye. I love you all so much. Good luck, Brandon. And I hereby yield the chair to Pro Tempore DeMarla. Bye, y'all.
Good luck, Sierra.
Thank you.
Good luck. Bye.
Okay, I'm very nervous, but I believe in us. So is there a motion to move back to announcements from the student body president?
So moved.
President Greenway?
Awesome. Hello, Senate. Hope everyone's doing well. So just some updates from me this week. I had some really productive meetings with Dr. Guzman regarding some of our diversity and inclusion initiatives, as well as Chief Metzger for some of our safety initiatives. So I'm super excited to kind of follow up and see how things follow after that. Also had a really great meeting with GAP Chair Temple and GAC Martin regarding an Election Day initiative. And we kind of found out a few different routes to take that. So I'm excited to see what happens there. Just some updates. So Senate interviews will be starting tomorrow. So there will be some Senate appointments next week, and then EC applications open tomorrow until next Friday. So spread the word about that. And then some upcoming events that I just wanted to share. UCF remembers 6/12/16. So that's regarding Pulse. That is on June 14th at 10 a.m. in the Fairwinds Alumni Center. And then MSC is hosting their Juneteenth celebration on June 19th at 2 p.m. in the Pegasus Ballroom. So those are 2 great events that I really suggest everyone coming on out to. And then in terms of appointments, I hereby appoint the following people: Reynaldo Morales Cruz for Judicial Seat 1, Carly Berthium, for Judicial Seat 2, Daniel Rivera for Judicial Seat 3, Eliza Doyle for Judicial Seat 4, Jake Hansen for Judicial Seat 5, Alyssa Hayes for Judicial Seat 6, Andrew Colaza for Judicial Seat 7, and Justin Davis for Judicial Seat 11, and then Alicia Wright for the ADSP student at large. So have a great meeting, everyone.
Thank you. Are there any announcements from the student body vice president?
Yes.
Hope you guys are having a great day, a great week. Some of the announcements that I have. So we talked to first year experience this week, talking about our programs and events we have. So, and right now we made them follow to our Instagram. So we are now at 24.4K. And the next one is our first ASPE meeting will be June 14th at 2 p.m. At the Charge-On Chamber. So, and I've also been having meetings with the different agencies and departments on some of the goals and plans that they have for this upcoming academic year.
Senator Hochfelder.
Present and voting.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any questions for either the president or the vice president? Oh, Senator Kana or Chair Kana?
Sorry, you said, was that 2 or 3 p.m. on June 14th?
2 p.m.
Okay, gotcha.
Are there any other questions? Seeing none, Comptroller Kane.
Hi, my first time doing Comptroller report, so excited for that. So I'll just get into it. CRT current account balance 68,289.55 with a 0.74% reversion. FAO current account balance 14,592.06 with a 0.78 reversion. Other than that, this past week I've kind of been diving in to transition information. Stephen did a really good job of kind of documenting everything. So I've been going over that and reaching out to relevant parties so that I can really go all into this job and be prepared for the fall. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Are there any questions for the Comptroller? Seeing none, Attorney General report.
Good evening, Senate. So this week I was appointed to the Admissions and Standards Committee. This committee deals with appeals on admissions, and it has faculty, staff, and student representatives, and I'm super excited to be on this committee. Another thing I've been doing is setting up timelines within all of the 13 statutes, and I'm prioritizing Title VI and Title VIII. And then another thing, I started my transition really into the judicial advisor role, and I'm really excited to help out students. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney General Moore. Are there any questions for her? Seeing none, Cabinet Forum. Are there any members from Cabinet wishing to come and speak? None. Announcements from the Interim Chief Justice Silva. None. Announcements from Supervisor of Elections. None. Announcements from the Activity and Service Fee Committee Chair. None. Announcements from the Scholarship Committee Chair. None. Announcements from Internal Legislative Assistant Ullman. None. Announcements from the External Legislative Assistant Richmond.
Hey, so I met with the Director of Communications on Tuesday, and we just discussed the newsletters, and we discussed that they would be posted on the story of the Instagram like every Friday afternoon after Senate. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions for ELA Richmond? Seeing none, pro tempore report. Hello, I hope everyone's having an amazing Thursday. Keep in mind for confirmations this meeting, look at ENA's minutes to see what type of questions were asked so we can avoid having similar repeat questions. Additionally, we've been having productive meetings with fiscal leadership, and we've been working on ways to allow increased funding caps for students, especially since many engineering RSOs came to speak at our last meeting, so we took that into account, and we're trying to make adjustments based on that. And then I will start with internal leadership meetings soon. So this is my first time chairing this meeting, so I'm very nervous. So if I mess up, give me some time to figure it out. But yeah, I'm very excited. Are there any questions? Seeing none, Deputy Pro Tempore of Legislative Affairs report.
Hey everyone, not much for me, but if any of you get to starting to write legislation, remember my deadline is Wednesdays at 5 p.m. To get that in my inbox so it can be seen in Senate.
Are there any questions for D-Leg Morissette? Seeing none, Deputy Pro Tempore of Senate Relations report, none. Caucus reports, APIA Caucus Patel. Seeing none, Black Caucus Chair Daedalus. None, Disability Caucus Chair Campbell.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Unfortunately, I have no real updates for y'all this week. Things have been mainly as is. We did a couple icebreakers to try and break up the monotony. Make it not as functional this week, but bring up the mood, trying to increase some companionship between each of the members. Got some really good responses as well. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, I will have more information for y'all by the time next week rolls around.
Thank you, Chair Campbell. Are there any questions? Seeing none, Latin Hispanic Caucus Chair Yusuf Ferry, none. LGBTQ plus Caucus Chair Carter.
Hey everyone, we'll be meeting on Friday, so we'll be meeting tomorrow morning in case anybody wants to sit in just to see how the caucus runs.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Chair Carter? Seeing none, Women's Caucus Chair Bishop.
Hey y'all, not a lot for me. We're still doing like health fair thing. So if you're interested in that, come out. But besides that, just have a fun and safe summer.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Chair Bishop? Seeing none, unfinished business, none. Fiscal Committee caucus time, none. Fiscal Committee reports, CRT Committee, Chair Samoa.
Hey y'all, so in committee on 5/31/23, our new business allocations that were approved is 55016, 55017, 55018, and 55019. We did see 4 allocations that we approved. There were no fiscal bills. We didn't postpone any or anything like that. But I do miss all your pretty faces so much, and I might be in Senate in person next week, so we'll see how that goes, but I'll keep you guys updated on that one.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Chair Simolo? Seeing none, FAO Committee Chair Butler.
Okay, hello Senate. Nothing new happened in FAO this week, but we did meet and hoping next week is more exciting.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Chair Butler? Seeing none, ORS Committee Chair Borges.
Hey guys, this week we saw and postponed 3 VPFs. We also elected Senator Rose as FAO rep with a vote count of 6-0, so that's great. We'll be electing a CRT rep next meeting. I'm not going to read the VPF thing. You can read it if you want. And then as Demarlis said, fiscal leadership discussed the concerns RSOs had in open forum. We had heard about some of the concerns before, but it was nice to have RSOs actually come and talk to us. If you hear any RSOs talking about any of it, let us know so we can address it. Because if we don't know, then we can't do anything about it. That's all for me.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Chair Borges? Seeing none, fiscal legislation, notice of legislation on first reading, bills none, resolutions none, special acts none, notice of legislation on third reading, bills, fiscal bill 5502, funding for 22 members of the team sport, business management to travel to the student career and professional development learning experience in New York from September 17th, 2023 to September 22nd, 2023. Is the RSO present or is someone representing them? Yes, D-Leg Morissette.
The RSO is not here. So
Will you be
I'll-
representing them or?
yes.
Okay. Is there a motion for speeches, questioning, and debate? Chair Hurst.
Motion for 5-minute speeches, 10-minute questioning, 5-minute debate.
There's a motion for 5-minute speeches, 10-minute questioning, and then 5-minute debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, D-Leg Morissette, you have 5 minutes whenever you're ready.
Okay, cool. We saw the RSO last week. They are asking for funding for 22 members to go on a trip in New York, and the trip will allow them to kind of network with some of the biggest sports management companies. And New York is kind of like the pinpoint for that. They'll meet with like the NBA professionals, NFL, MLS, and other companies. They will be spending about 6 days there. Sorry, my computer's messing up. They'll be spending about 6 days there, 5 nights, and they'll have 9 rooms for all their members, which will account to about $13,455. They're asking for the lodging, which was what I just stated, and then travel, which is $345 per person, which comes out to $6,210. So the total cost is $19,665, and the Senate contribution will be $9,832. And I yield my time to questioning.
Are there any questions for D-Leg Morissette? I'll take 2 questions before I go to debate. Chair Hurst.
Has anything in this bill changed since the last reading?
Nothing has changed. I did notice that in the agenda, it says 22 members, but the bill says 18. To my knowledge, it's still 18 of them going. I think the 22 is when previously, when they first introduced the bill, it was accounting for their staff that was going, but we changed that. So currently the current bill is as recent as it can be.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions for D-Leg Morissette? I'll take 1 more before we get a debate. I'll ask a question then. There's at least 1 member that's financially trained, right?
Correct. The one that turned in the form for this bill is going on the trip and is financially trained.
Okay, perfect. Is there a motion to move to debate?
Moved.
We are now in debate. Is there any debate? I'll take at least 1 before I vote. Senator Sandlin.
I think this is a good program. I'm excited for the people that are gonna get this experience, and I will be voting in favor yet again.
Chair Hurst.
Agree with Senator Sandlin that the bill has not changed since we last saw it, and it's a good program for them to go with. I will be voting in favor.
Is there any motions? Chair Borges.
This is more of something for you. Will you see my amendments as technical?
I'll take it as technical. Senator Vice Chair Acosta.
Motion to move to voting.
We are now in a period of voting.
Hey everyone, I don't know if you can hear me. Bertie stepped out of the office, so I have to figure out how to do this for a second. Let me see. Polls.
Maddie, I can launch it if you're not there. I think
It's for 5502.
yes.
Okay, I see it. It's right here. I'm gonna launch it. Okay, there you go. Also, while I'm here, I'll double check. Can everyone see that I'm editing tonight's agenda?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, awesome. All right, I will end the poll. Akila, can you see the poll results?
Yes, I
Okay.
can. With a vote count of 22-0-4, this fiscal bill passes. We definitely have more of this for quorum, more than 26 people. So make sure you're being active in those polls and just let me know if you're not able to access it. Oh,
I do apologize. Yeah, I couldn't see the poll at all on my end.
okay. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know the solution. If you were not able to vote on any of the polls, just send, yeah, if you can put in the chat, would that be best, Maddie, or would it be best if they just like send us a private like message?
Hey, sorry, I'm back. You can send me a message, send me an email, and we can correct the voting record for this one. If you're on a phone, you might have to go to more and then hit polls to see it. But if you're on a computer, I'm not sure. We'll check again the next vote.
Sorry, I lost where I was. Oh, fiscal bill 5503, funding for 42 members of the Association of Latino Professionals for America to travel to the Alpha National Convention in San Antonio, Texas, from August 20th to August 23rd. D-Leg Morset, is the RSO here, or are you representing them today?
I'll be representing them as well.
Okay, perfect. Vice Chair Costa.
Motion for 5-minute speeches, 10-minute questions, 10-minute debate.
There's a motion for 5-minute speeches, 10-minute questioning, 10-minute debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, D-Leg Morset, you have 5 minutes whenever you're ready.
All right, this RSO is trying to go to San Antonio, Texas for their annual Alpha National Convention. They are asking for lodging and travel. The lodging would be $180 per night for 5 nights for 22 rooms for all 42 of their members. They will be lodging at the Grand Hyatt San Antonio Riverwalk. And they are requesting travel as well, which would be $300 for 42 members. And the travel comes out to $12,600 and the lodging comes out to $19,800. That's all. I yield to questioning.
Are there any questions for D-Leg Morset? I'll take 2. Chair Hurst.
Does the RSO have a financially trained officer going on the trip?
Yes, they have 2 financially trained officers going on the trip.
Chair Simillo.
Has there been any changes to the bill since we last saw it?
It is to my understanding that there weren't any changes. I don't know if there was an error in terms of which bill was posted, but I do see that Chair Borges did make some amendments to the current bill.
Chair Borges?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if like the numbers that were on here before were supposed to be because they weren't adding up correctly.
Yeah, no, I did the math once I saw you making the changes. I don't know why the numbers were like that before. From my knowledge, seeing that the math that's on like the other side, not the total, is correct and the totals were just wrong. So I don't exactly know what happened there. But the amendments that you did make are the correct numbers.
Also, I'll see all of Chair Borges's amendments as technicals. Oh wait, we're not in debate yet. Sorry, my bad. Are there any other questions? Is there a motion? Chair Hurst?
Motion to move to debate.
There's a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in debate. Now I will see Senator Borges's amendments as technicals. Vice Chair Costa.
I just want to say that I'll be voting in favor for this bill because I believe this is a great opportunity for this program for the members to go out and check out. So I will definitely be voting in favor for this amendment.
Is there any other debate? Chair Hurst.
It's okay. This hasn't changed much. The math has been fixed from whatever it was before. Now it is whatever is correct with it. I see no reason not to vote for it, so I'll be voting in favor.
Are there any more debate or a motion? Chair Similo?
Motion to move to voting.
There's a motion to move to voting. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in a period of voting. With a vote count of 28 to 0-2, this fiscal bill passes. We are now on to resolutions, none, special acts. Oh, I'm sorry, Chair Similo.
I didn't mean to keep having my hand up. I'm sorry.
Chair Castillo.
President voting.
So noted at 5:36 p.m. Notice of legislation on second reading, bills none, resolutions none, special acts none, internal committee caucus time none, internal committee reports, E&A committee, Chair Kanal.
Howdy, Senate. So tonight ENA has 3 more nominees to confirm from last week's full Senate meeting. The Isle of Man TT or Tourist Trophy races are wrapping up this Saturday, June 10th. I definitely recommend checking out highlights of those, at least if you're a fan of motorsports. It's one of my favorite parts about Manx culture. And if you have any questions about ENA or questions that you want us to use in our interview process, feel free to send them to me or Vice Chair Takara. And that's all from me.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Chair Kanal? Seeing none, GAP Committee Chair Temple, is anyone reading his minutes or should I? Seeing none, I'll just read his minutes for him. Good evening, Senate. Sorry I cannot be here tonight as I am resting for the LSAT tomorrow. Good luck to the branch heads. They're going to do fantastic. In GAP, we had a very productive meeting once more, discussing the distribution of the student priority survey as we have finalized its contents. I will be meeting with the comms director on Monday to develop our strategy for a broader distribution. With the priority survey all but done, we delegated roles for a joint research effort in an election day holiday initiative we've taken up alongside President Greenway and GAC Martin. Martin will be leading half of the GAP to research election laws, and I will be leading the remainder of the committee in researching election day implementation strategies. If you're curious about what this is all about, feel free to reach out to me. Also, the UEFA Champions League final is on Saturday. Good luck to Inter Milan and Manchester City in Istanbul. Think of it as all of the best soccer teams in Europe duking it out for the continental domination. Very fun to watch. Okay, I'll take his word for it. Are there any other questions? Seeing none, LGR Committee Chair Yalamanchili.
I'll be reading for him. Hi, everyone. Good morning to everyone who has not received a good morning yet. Today, LJR met at 3 p.m. and saw 4 absence requests, of which 3 were approved and 1 was postponed. I will soon be sending out an email to all of Senate with LJR's newly established precedent sheet on absence request as a memorandum. In addition, LJR reviewed Title II and discussed LJR's potential expanded role as a social committee in helping make Senate more vibrant, and the committee agreed that it would be a good idea. Please let me know if you have any ideas for feasible social ideas that LGR could help carry out. The requests were for Senator Safari approved by a total of 7 to 1 to 0. Chair Temple approved 5-0 to 3. Caringle postponed till next meeting, and then Mittal approved 4-3 to 1. This day in history, June 6, 1906, President Theodore Roosevelt signed the Antiquities Act into law, which would allow the president to create national monuments out of federal lands by proclaiming for natural, cultural, or scientific reasons. Also, this is just an aside, we do not have a GAP representative yet, so if you know someone on LJR that is not on GAP, please have them maybe want to do that, and that's just me.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Vice Chair Hurst or Chair Hurst?
It doesn't matter.
Seeing none, SBA Committee Chair Hurst.
Hello again. Hope you're having a fun and safe summer so far, everybody. We passed 2 bills through our committee last week from Black Caucus, and we're seeing them again tonight. As always, SBA is open to anyone that wants to join us at 4 p.m. on Fridays and give ideas on things we can do, or just join it to see our icebreakers and have fun with us. And if any of you need to talk someone to talk to, whether it's like Senate related or not, I am here and I'm willing to listen to you.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Chair Hurst? Seeing none, we move on to confirmations. First one, I'm gonna butcher this. I'm sorry. Sydney Burge for Sustainability and Innovation Coordinator.
That's right, actually. Hi.
Okay. Is there a motion for question or speech, questioning, and debate? Senator Sandlin.
Motion for 10-minute speeches, 10-minute questioning, 10-minute debate.
There's a motion for 10-minute speeches, 10-minute questioning, and 10-minute debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, Sydney, you have 10 minutes whenever you're ready, and I'll let you know just like a minute before that runs out.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Senate. Good evening. My name is Sydney Burge. I'm a sophomore and an environmental studies major on the sciences track. I'm from the Tampa Bay area, and I grew up very passionate about science and art, which gave me the gift of community from a very young age. And one of the values I've held closest in my life is the passion for preservation. In 2012, my dad was actually diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a disease caused by glyphosate, which is commonly found in the the chemical herbicide Roundup, which we actually use here on campus. And that was something that made me greatly passionate about things like the environment from a very young age. So I've always strived to be conscious of things like my personal footprint and organic living, etc. Also, I moved to Orlando about a year ago, and my first year at UCF was very transformative. Starting my own RSO gave me such a beautiful avenue for creativity, and involvement in the Arboretum has given me a place to once again find community. SGLC was the first thing that introduced me to the position of Sustainability and Innovation Coordinator, and I was immediately intrigued by the potential to deepen my passion for ecological preservation. And I believe so deeply in the power of a community and know the best way to elicit positive changes by finding ways to get as many others involved as possible. And that's why cross collaboration is so essential to my position and my initiatives. I also really deeply believe in transparency, which is the inspiration behind my sustainability tracker website. And I have a deep passion for the preservation of habitats, which is the inspiration for so many of my bee campus initiatives, because UCF is the first bee campus in Florida and right now the only, which is a really important thing. You know, our passion for a pollinator habitat, I think, is a beautiful thing about our campus. And that is why I would be so honored to be your Sustainability and Innovation Coordinator this year. And I'm excited to work toward reducing our impact and preserving our natural habitats here on campus. I yield the rest of my time to questioning. Thank you.
Thank you. We are now in a period of questioning. Are there any questions?
I want to see at least 3.
Okay, thank you. D-Leg Morissette?
Hi, Sydney. You said your first year here at UCF was transformative. Could you kind of expand on that? How do you feel like that first year experience shaped you to wanting to become a part of student government?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Thank you. I think that I grew a lot as a person in the programs that I joined at UCF. I was very much I hit the ground running, and I was like, I'm gonna join as many things as possible because I didn't do so as a younger person. And I really regretted it in high school and stuff. That the fact that I could have gotten involved in community sooner. And so the opportunity of SGLC came up to me really early on in my year last year, and I decided to apply and see if I would get in, and I did. And that is really I was following the student government Instagram and stuff like that, and so it was that was what got me interested in student government. And I think that UCF in general this year here just made me a more confident and goal-driven person.
Chair Campbell?
Yes, hi. So you originally said you were from the Tampa area. What part of Tampa, out of curiosity?
I'm from the suburb Valrico. It's right outside, 20 minutes away.
Oh, okay. I actually know where that is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Senator Lacasse has a question. You mentioned you started an RSO. Which RSO was that? Apologies if I missed the name previously. And what do you feel like your biggest successes have been with that?
So I actually started the RSO Paleo Nights in the spring semester. So we're the UCF Paleontological Society. So basically we present research about recent paleontological discoverings and stuff like that. My best friend Ava is really passionate about paleontology, and so they're our president, and we started it together. And I think that my greatest success with it was really being able to start it as just 2 people. That was incredible to me. And then also seeing our social media account grow has been so beautiful, and people wanting to get involved. I'm also interim treasurer, so I'm trying to find a new treasurer, and the candidates have been so wonderful to talk to. So yeah, that's my little RSO. I'm so proud of it. And you didn't miss the name. I didn't say it in my speech.
Sorry, Chair Hurst.
First of all, Tamara, call me whatever you want. It's fine. So for you said that Roundup, you want to try and get that out of UCF. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a alternative? Because I know it's used as a weed killer.
Yes, it is. The Arboretum actually is testing an organic way to subside weeds right now, and it's very successful. So currently all of the Arboretum is herbicide free, I believe, or at least for the most part, herbicide free. And I will be working with Rewild UCF to work on that.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Or a motion? Vice Chair Kringle,
Motion to move to debate.
there's a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in debate. Do you like Morissette?
When this candidate was talking, you can clearly see her passion for the role that she's going for. Her starting in RSO, it being her like third semester too, starting in RSO is crazy. Like she said, with 2 people joining SGLC, she hit the ground running really, and I don't see any reason why she shouldn't get this position. And I see her growing into this position really well.
Vice Chair Kringle.
Yeah, I looked at the website and through the resume, and I really, really like their initiatives and what they want to do at the campus. They seem really motivated, so I'll definitely be voting in favor.
Senator Whitson.
Yeah, I'll also be voting for in favor, not to sound like a broken record, but I thought she sounded very determined. And I mean, this amount of stuff that she did in just 3 semesters is probably more than like a lot of seniors. So I will be voting in favor.
Senator Hochfelder.
Yeah, just with everyone else, I'm going to be voting in favor. I actually, just listening to her, I got pretty excited. I think she has a good plan. I think she has a good track record. I see no reason to vote against, and I think just another wonderful candidate we're hearing from today.
There have been 4 debates in affirmation. Is there any negation or a motion? Do you like Morissette?
Oh wait, sorry, does Kana have to do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you. Chair Kana.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in a period of voting. With a vote count of 31-0-1, Sydney Burge has been confirmed for Sustainability and Innovation Coordinator. Congratulations. I'm gonna butcher this too. Jarib Benitez.
You said it right.
Oh, I did? Oh,
Yep.
great. Okay. Well, you have 10 minutes whenever you're ready.
Can y'all hear me good?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Good evening, Senate. First off, I want to thank you for having me today. For those who don't know me, my name is Jarib Benitez, and I've had the deep honor of being appointed as the NET's digital media coordinator for the Greenway and Smith administration. I'm a rising sophomore majoring in advertising and public relations with a minor event management and a profound passion for photography and videography from the Tampa Bay, Florida area. At just the age of 10, I became thoroughly entertained with watching daily vlogs on YouTube, and soon enough, it will become my own personal creative outlet. I had these big dreams of becoming the Nets' renowned influencer, and every opportunity I had to make these dreams a reality, I always took. My blue iPod Touch and I were inseparable. From Disney to dinner recordings, every single moment of my life could be found on video. My love for videography and photography strained even more so during my freshman year of high school when I decided to join my high school's yearbook program. I was taught ways to utilize my photography skills through various methods of lighting, shutter speed, and editing. Not only was I able to build my own expertise in photography, but I also adapted to the role of being a leader for others within the field of communications, as I was promoted to being the managing editor, which is the second in command to the editor-in-chief for the rest of my high school experience. Upon arriving at UCF, I was determined to immerse myself in the experiences that would allow me to give back to my community. And so I knew student government was something I wanted to pursue, as I myself was the senior class president of my high school. What I wasn't aware of was how much more impactful and meaningful it would be on a collegiate level. Hence, I joined the Student Government Leadership Council, also known as the SGLC program, to learn more about the foundations of student government. I would then become a member of ELC, or the Executive Leadership Council, and I can probably say the program allowed me to grow proficiently in my leadership skills, learn more in depth about the inner workings of SG, and my personal favorite, meeting my lifelong best friends who are here, who are supporting me today. I personally want to give a shout out to my mentor, Paola, my best friend, Lucy, and of course to our mama, Jed, for pushing me to strive to be the best version of myself and never give up. Now, if confirmed, I would get started right away on making my initiatives a reality. My biggest one is promoting accessibility through the UCF SG social media pages, and it begins with the content I'm producing. UCF is a wide, diverse university, and all the students have access to our services. However, they don't know this because of language barriers. I want to implement bilingual content throughout the media, rather that be in closed captioning, a video's transcript, or even the actual caption of a social media post. The language would vary the event, but I will do an investigation on the top 3 languages spoken at UCF and go from there. This helps more students, especially UCF global students, know our services are provided to them as well. Piggyback off that initiative, it is a vital role as student government agents to have cross-branch relationships in any position. What this looks like in the digital media shoes is I'm willing to meet with caucuses on a bi-weekly to monthly schedule to see if there's any content there we need to be produced and seeing when I can make it a reality. As you can tell, my passion for photography and videography has grown throughout my life, and I want to continue expanding throughout college and beyond. Becoming your NET's digital media coordinator will launch my dreams into plans and allow me to leave my legacy on this campus for the next generation of Knights. Thank you once again for your time. I yield my time and I'm ready for questioning.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Chair Similo?
Hi, Jarib. So my first question for you is, what do you plan on doing to get the other schools other than main campus more involved in social media?
Thank you for your question. Ways I would demonstrate like a wide communications throughout all the campuses is letting all the students know that we are here for them. Fortunately, we are just located on main campus, but student government is available for any student, rather that be Rosen, downtown, Lake Nona campus. So finding out ways, I would work alongside the director of communications to see what the Rosen students, what the downtown students, and what the Lake Nona students are wanting from us. We would do like a little poll or like a little Instagram post. I know Instagram has like the text box option, so they can type any question in there and seeing what they want from us, and then going from there and expanding on more communications throughout all campuses, not just main campus.
Chair Campbell?
Yes, hi. So you mentioned increasing accessibility with UCF Student Government Communications. From my understanding, UCF's communications has had issues in years prior, not necessarily for like communication issues in terms of not conveying information. That has been an issue, but in terms of accessibility, not just for ESL students here on campus and ESL staff, but also in terms of accessibility for those of us who have issues with hearing or those of us who have issues with sight. How would you make it so that way the content is more easily readable for those communities as well?
Perfect. Thank you for that question. That was a really good question. First off, I would sit with the disability chair. I believe you're the disability chair. I would sit with you and seeing on ways we can partner together and see what ways my content could be more accessible to those communities as well, because everyone deserves to know that student government is here for them no matter what. So just sitting here with you with the disability caucus and seeing what we can go from there, and then just continuing strong connections between both of us, making sure that you are getting the content that you want to be produced correctly. I'm producing it correctly, just to make sure that every student hears about student government and knows that we are here for them.
Beautiful answer. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Chair Daedalus?
President voting.
Thank you, Senator Lacasse.
It's their chat if you can't see it.
Oh, I do. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. The question is, are you familiar with alt text for social media posts? And if not, would you be willing to taking with Chair Campbell and learn how to implement it to improve accessibility?
So it was alt text, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I know slightly about it, but of course, like I mentioned before, I am more welcome to sit with Chair Campbell and learn more about it. I know this position, you get appointed to it and you get confirmed for it, and you also grow within the position. So I'm more than happy to learn more about what other ways we can be accessible with content. So I'm more than welcome to sit with Chair Campbell and the rest of the Disability Caucus to make sure that I am being educated correctly and making sure that everyone, I am making the right content for all the students here on campus.
Chair Hurst.
How open is your schedule to being able to be at different events for student government?
So perfect. So right now throughout the summer, I am also an orientation leader, but I talked to them when I got the position. They said they are very proud of me. They are very welcoming to fitting my schedule. So the summer, I just need like at least like a week in advance to get that sorted out. But then the fall, I am open to any availability. I will be in the office very frequently, as I was always in the office as the SGLCer. So I see nothing changing with that.
Are there any other questions or a motion? ELA Richmond?
Motion to move to debate.
There's a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in debate. Is there any debate? Chair Samillo.
All right, so I will be voting in favor for Jarib. Jarib has grown over the past year in not only SGLC, but ELC, and it has really close connections with Colby, who is now our vice president, who was in the position, and like he said, Paola, and a whole bunch of other people that were also in communications. And I have no doubt in my pretty little head that Jarib will do amazing at this position because he slays everything. So I will be voting in favor.
Chair Hurst.
Yeah, the candidate has some good ideas with working with legislative branch, and especially the caucuses and the committees, especially with Disability Caucus. Looking at your photos, you have some really nice photos and some angles I'd love to learn from. Yeah, I see nothing wrong with you as a candidate. I'm voting in favor.
ELA Richmond.
Kind of like everyone else says, the candidate seems to know what they're doing. Their photos are good. They clearly have skill and a plan, and they're ready to learn. So I'll be voting in favor.
We have now heard 3 speeches in affirmation. Is there any negation or motion? Vice Chair Kringle? Oh, sorry.
Motion.
I forgot. Only Chair Canal can
You're right.
vote.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in a period of voting. With a vote count of 30-0-2, Jarib Benitez is confirmed for digital media coordinator. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now we have Anna Valich for graphic design coordinator. Please tell me if I pronounced that wrong.
Anna Valek, actually. But
Valek.
all good.
And then you have 10 minutes whenever you're ready.
All right, awesome. All right, good evening, Senate. Last confirmation hearing, so thank you for everyone's patience and time throughout this process. I'm Anna Valek, the graphic design coordinator appointee for this upcoming administration. I'm originally from Sarasota, Florida, where I grew up with my parents, sister, and my dog, who I love so much. Throughout my entire childhood, I've loved arts and crafts, cooking and baking, and anything where I could be creative throughout my personal life as well as in my educational career. And I am currently a rising sophomore at UCF with an event management major and strategic communication minor. I joined Student Government Leadership Council and Executive Leadership Council last year to learn more about student government and to get involved, as well as to learn more about student government resources, programs, events, and initiatives that I had not learned before. And I wanted to continue a career in student government. I applied for this position because I have experience and a deep passion for design, and I can work in a deadline-centered and changing environment, which I know this position would require. Some of my experience, I was in yearbook for 5 years in middle school and high school and was the editor-in-chief of my high school's yearbook for 2 years. I spent 2 years working on designs and promotions for my school's store, Captain's Cargo, and was in charge of designs for pretty much every other club that I was in. I have years of experience working with Photoshop, Illustrator, and Premiere Pro, as well as Canva and Procreate. And in my portfolio, I included different designs that I've done for various organizations, as well as photographs and examples of what I could do in this position. I come into this position with strong values and goals, including communication and collaboration. My most valued trait is communication, as I believe it creates effective collaboration and avoids conflict wherever possible. This idea is very important because I work with pretty much every person in student government, all 3 branches, and I intend to work with any requesting party to ensure that the information that's being shared meets their creative vision. My initiatives are to create more student awareness of resources from student government, including a Student Government This Month Instagram post at the beginning of each month to help students really visualize what's going on within student government and be able to really piece together when events are that they can attend and how it can fit into their schedule. Another initiative is to increase accessibility throughout all of our designs and promotions using alternative text in social media posts, as well as put as much information as we can in the captions, which will help any visual impairments if they're using like audio devices, as well as any English or any translation devices that might be used. I also want to continue the tradition of using high contrast and easy to read designs to make sure that it reaches as many people as possible. I will also want to continue collaboration with the branches and work with the Director of Communication, Maura, as she meets with different branch heads and heads of events. I want to continue the previous graphic design coordinator's intentionality in how she designed and add my own experience and various styles, as well as work with other SG agents to assist in any of their creative ventures. So why choose me? I have experience with a lot of deadlines. I will work to collaborate and I will ensure that my work represents the intentions of student government. So thank you for your consideration. I yield my time.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Chair Hurst.
When you do make drafts for different posts, how many do you tend to do? Like, is there like a range between like 3 or 10?
I really, when I start to design things, I have like 3 different directions. I use like a lot of inspiration that I can from places like Pinterest or other like social media things that I get a lot of inspiration from. So I tend to like, when I create designs, do usually 3 different designs going in different directions. And then from there, like with every design that I do, I like tweak a lot of different things. And with any person that I'm working with, I make sure to like send them pretty much every like little tweak as possible to make sure that like it meets everything that they're, all of their creative vision and what they're looking for.
Are there any other questions? Chair Borges?
Hey, so as a Rosen senator, I liked what you said about getting outreach about what our services to everyone. How do you plan to help get that information about SG to those other campuses?
Oh yeah, great question. As a Rosen student myself, I plan to work with the connection between this campus as well as Rosen campuses and the other campuses with the Deputy Chief of Staff, Peter, because I just want to make sure that we're reaching as many people as possible, as well as at any student government event, both on campus and at different campuses, to make sure that in the last page of my proposal, I did an initiative center design that just has a ton of resources and a very easy to read little pamphlet that we could give out to make sure that it's very easy for people to, or different students to be able to see what resources that we have and be able to use them.
Are there any other questions? Or a motion? Do you like more set?
Motion to move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in debate. Do you like more set?
Yeah, this candidate seems like she has a lot of relevant experience. Her proposal is very nice. All of her initiatives, I think, would be really helpful, considering I know a few people who are on different campuses who are like, I didn't know this was happening, or they wish they had more information. So her initiatives would definitely be helpful to the other student bodies that are on the other campuses. So I'll be voting in favor, and I encourage others to do as well.
Chair Borges?
Yeah, I may be a little biased as an event management major myself and the Rosen senator, but I think this candidate, has a lot of experience. I like the proposal. I like the ideas. I think she'll do great.
Eli Richmond.
Like everyone else said, she has a lot of experience. I like her photos too, and I think she'll do great. So I'll be voting in favor.
Chair Carter?
Not to sound like broken record, but I will be voting in favor, especially given her past history as editor-in-chief of the yearbook and middle school and high school. It's definitely a full-time job, not paid, and you get a lot of experience in terms of digital media and design as well. So I believe she would do great at this position.
We have heard 4 speeches and affirmation. Are there any negation or a motion? Chair Kanal.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in a period of voting. With a vote count of 31-0 to 2, Anna Valak is confirmed for graphic design coordinator. Congratulations.
Thank you.
With that, we finished all our confirmations. Now moving on to internal legislation, notice of legislation on first reading, constitutional amendments none, bills none, resolutions none, proclamations none, and special acts none. Notice of legislation on third reading, constitutional amendments none, bills none, resolutions none, special acts none. And then notice of legislation on second reading, constitutional amendments none, bills none, resolution 5502, resolution advocating to make Juneteenth a UCF holiday, from Black Caucus. Is there a motion for speeches, questioning, and debate? Chair Hurst.
Motion for 5-minute speech, 10-minute questioning, 10-minute debate.
There's a motion for 5-minute speeches, 10-minute questioning, 10-minute debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, I'm assuming is Chair Daedalus, will you be speaking?
Yeah.
Okay, 5 minutes whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm just going to start off with what Juneteenth is. Juneteenth is simply just a celebration to celebrate the official freedom of all the slaves in America. If you don't know, then yes, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. However, it did not free all the slaves immediately in that second. So June 19th, 1865 was the last day where we had slaves in America. And after that, all men were freed. So in 2021, Joe Biden had signed to make Juneteenth an official holiday. But now here on campus, we do not recognize Juneteenth as a holiday, which is what the resolution is advocating for. We do celebrate it here on campus. Well, yes, we do celebrate it here on campus, but not, as I said, it's not recognized as a holiday. So it's not like we have the day off or whatever. We just celebrate it in the time that we have, whether we have classes or not that day. We just do what we can on that day. So, which is why we're advocating for it to be recognized as a holiday in itself here on campus. Other schools, well, other universities, public state universities in Florida have recognized it as a holiday, have got it signed to be recognized as a holiday on their campus, which is why there's no reason why we can't do it here at UCF. So that's all I have to say, and I yield my time.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Oh, okay, D-Leg Morissette.
I know you said other universities have Juneteenth as a holiday. Kind of two questions in one. One, are those universities in Florida? And could you list, not all of them, just off whatever comes off the top of your head?
Thank you for that question. Yes, here in Florida, and Florida State actually does recognize Juneteenth as a holiday.
Are there any other questions? I'll take at least one more. Chair Hurst.
I remember in looking at this resolution in Senate or in the committee, I think we had an issue with one of the people that was going to be for the resolved sent to. I forget. Does anyone from SBA remember which one we had an issue with? Because we weren't sure if they still had the position. Because I don't remember exactly. Let me see. Just the question for you then, Ariel, is that everyone on that list do they still have their position? Is the right person in that position for that to be received by?
I'm sorry, it was loud on my end. Can you ask the question again, please?
No, you're fine. Are you sure that everyone that is going to be sent this particular? Okay, yeah, thank you, Ariana. Marshall Kreiser III. Are you sure he still has the position as the whatever his job is? Because we had thought that they had someone else in his role. We weren't sure if they still had that position and if we should be sending it to them or somebody else.
Okay, I'll look into that. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a busy week. I'm so sorry. I've
totally get it.
I've been
I
all over the
understand
place.
that.
But I would definitely look into that now that I'm home. So I will look into that, and I will contact Brody about that. Like I said, I would.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Or a motion? D-Leg Morissette?
Motion to move to debate.
There's a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in a period of debate. Is there debate? D-Leg Morissette.
I feel like this resolution is important considering how diverse UCF is as a whole and how big the Black community is. I feel like it's important for them to feel recognized and their ancestors and their history to also be recognized. So I'll be voting in favor of this resolution.
Is there any other debate? I'll take one more. Chair Borges?
Yeah, I think this is great, as I'm sure everyone else does. I just don't know if we should approve it before we find out that information, just so we don't approve something that might have conflicting information or incorrect information.
Chair Hurst?
I did see that Brody was trying to change something in the, did you find something, Brody? Because I wasn't sure if you had found the right person.
I found something, but then I found that the thing I found was wrong. So
Oh, dang it. All right. So, I mean, other than that one piece of information, I mean, just that one thing, everything else, perfect. I love this idea. Just that one thing that I'm concerned about. So, yeah.
Is there any other debate or motion for anything? It can be a moment, it can be a motion to table if you guys want to figure out the information and come back to it, or whatever you guys decide. Would you like more set?
Dang, I'm sorry. Like what I was gonna say left my mind. The concern is valid. So I feel like my issue is if we table it, will it like be signed in time by Juneteenth?
So if we table it, we'll just be seeing it later today, just maybe like after we see the other resolution, or we can come back to it at any time. If we postpone it, it'll be for the next meeting. I do believe the resolutions only need to be seen on, doesn't it need to be seen on third reading, Brody?
yes, so you could table it for later this meeting and come back to it. You could pass it as is, and then with the intention of making changes on third reading, you have options there.
Yeah, thank you, Brody. So whichever one you guys think is best. Do you like more set?
Well, in that case, if we can pass it with the intention of changing something, since that's kind of the only piece of information we want to change, and I want to make sure it gets signed in time for Juneteenth, I kind of think we should all just go ahead and vote on it and vote in favor.
Is that a motion?
Oh, yes. Motion to move to voting.
There's a motion to move to voting. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in a period of voting. With a vote count of 33-0-3, this resolution passes. Next, we have proclamations. Proclamation 5502, proclamation celebrating Juneteenth on June 19th, 2023. Black Caucus again. And is there a motion for speeches, questioning, and debate? Chair Hurst.
Motion for a 5-minute speech, 10-minute questioning, 10-minute debate.
Can you say that one more time? You cut out for me.
5-minute speech, 10-minute questioning, 10-minute debate.
Thank you. There's been a motion for 5-minute speeches, 10-minute questioning, and 10-minute debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, Chair Daedalus, will you be speaking again?
Yes.
Okay, 5 minutes whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Hi again. But as I said earlier, the school doesn't recognize Juneteenth as a holiday, so we decided it would be best to just get the school to celebrate it as we do without the proclamation itself. But this just kind of puts not only the Black community here at UCF on notice, but the different communities on campus, to let them know that we do celebrate the diversity here, that we pride ourselves at UCF, and that there are people here who can advocate for the diversity here at UCF. We all like to say that, you know, we have the pride of diversity here at UCF better than any other school, in my opinion, better than any other school here at here in Florida. And just the proclamation is one of many that I'm confident will come through to celebrate the different cultures and ethnicities that we have here on campus. I really encourage everybody to vote in favor of it, and I yield my time.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Chair Dallas? I'll take two. Chair Hurst.
By any chance, do you know how many years we've had Juneteenth celebrations on campus?
I'm sorry, you mean like without the proclamation, or like just a regular celebration with like
a
with the
regular, I know there's having something on in the union on the night, on the day of, so I don't like the other celebrations happened on that day in the past.
Yeah, we've been celebrating it since 2020. So yeah.
Are there any other questions? If there are none, I have a question. So usually with proclamations, we encourage the introducer to have some action to kind of just follow with that proclamation. So along with celebrating Juneteenth as a proclamation, are there any other things that Black Caucus wishes to do to honor it?
Our initiative for the session is actually to get Juneteenth recognized as a holiday itself. So which was what the resolution was for, which is our call to action behind it. But we definitely will be showing our face at the Juneteenth celebration that MSC is hosting. And we also will be having a post shared on our social media platforms that day also.
Okay, thank you. That's perfect. Is there any other questions or a motion? Do you like more said?
Motion to move to debate.
There's a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in debate. Is there any debate? Do you like more set?
Very similar to what I said about the resolution. It'll allow the minority community, specifically obviously the Black community, to be seen and felt seen on campus. It'll also show the RSOs that student government is there for them, backing them, and that we're here in support. So I will be voting in favor.
Chair Hurst.
Student government should support its students. This is a good way to do that. I think this is a good idea.
Are there any more debate or a motion? Senator Sandlin.
Motion to move to voting.
There's a motion to move to voting. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in a period of voting. With a vote count of 30 to 0 to 1, this proclamation passes. And with that, congratulations, by the way. With that, special acts none, Senate Forum, me. So I just wanted to point out, I have the document if you guys want to see it, but you have passed a resolution condemning the passage of Bill 266 and previous attempts of Bill 999 and their attacks on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the freedoms of higher education in the state of Florida. That's something very similar to something that we passed last session. And I think it's amazing to see other institutions have similar interests and goals and pass similar resolutions, especially in solidarity with the UCF community and all minority communities here in Florida and in higher education. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. If you guys are interested in actually seeing their resolution, you can just email me and I can forward you it. But yeah, and then also thank you for being such an amazing Senate while I chair it. It was my first time. I was so nervous. My air conditioner broke, so it's 85 degrees right now. So if I was moving a lot, it's because I was like sweating a lot. But yeah, so thank you so much. You guys were great. I loved all the interest and just the participation. So yeah. Is there anyone else for Senate Forum? Oh, sorry, Chair Hurst.
Just a couple of things. You guys are awesome, and Damarla, you did amazing with this, by the way. For meetings itself, like the caucus meetings and committee meetings, I would love to see people that are not in the committee to come in to say hi, because my meetings get pretty boring and pretty quick, which is nice to have them be fast, but I wish we had more people coming in to say hello, because I like seeing your faces and I hope to see you all in person again. But if we can only do online, this will be something we can do just to say hello and keep in contact so you're not feel like you're alone in your house all the time. And that's pretty much it. And if you all need to talk to someone, you know, as I said before, I am a great listener. So please talk to somebody if you need help.
Chair Campbell.
Hey everybody. So I just wanted to speak real quick on a court case that recently had an injunction filed. So previously in Senate Forum, I've talked about SB 254, which is the law that banned gender-affirming care for minors. It also produced a functional ban for adults. And it also caused a lot of strife in terms of trans children and how it works when it comes to custody. Earlier on this week, there was actually an injunction put in place by federal Judge Hinkle, which allows for a lot of this ban to be removed. So this is a great sign. It is a great sign of things to be coming to be happening going forward. And it bodes well for a lot of the other laws that were passed recently, myself personally, and a lot of other senators in here as well. And I just wanted to share the good news.
Thank you. Is there any others for Senate Forum? Chair Borges.
Hey, I know sorry if it's last week, I brought up the issue during confirmations about, public facing media and Speaker Holmes's response. I actually got an outstanding amount of you messaging me saying that you are also concerned. So if you are still concerned, let me know again. I'm going to set up a meeting with everyone who's concerned, along with Speaker Holmes, especially after today when she doubled down on that opinion, which I just completely don't agree with. But yeah.
Are there any others for Senate Forum? Seeing none, Senate deliberations. Does anybody want to enter a period of deliberations? Seeing none, advisors report. Brody.
All right. Hey, everybody. Just a couple of things from me, should be quick. This is the end of the pay period. So if you're in a paid position, make sure you submit your time tonight. Other than that, I think I said a couple of weeks ago that I was going to check eligibility for everybody. I definitely haven't done that yet, so I am going to be doing that soon. If you have any concerns or worries about that, just reach out to me and let me know. There's few things that can't be figured out, so just let me know. We can talk through it. Yeah, beyond that, take the time you need for your classes, study, take the breaks when you need them. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. And also, even regardless of taking care of other people, you deserve to take care of yourself, because that's an important thing, because you are people and deserve love and care and respect. Yeah, I think that's it for me since we're a little early. Yeah, let's do some senator shout outs.
Oh, right before that, I think Vihan has a question.
Yeah, I think he might just be present voting.
Oh.
Yeah, present voting.
Thank you.
All right, senator shout outs. Kylie.
I wanted to be the first one. Well, technically second, because Amanda kind of beat me to it. But Akila, you killed it today. I'm so proud of you, babe. You are my number one shout out. Also, your shirt, banging. It looks beautiful. Can't even see the whole thing. But that's that. And then also, Chair Campbell, wanted to shout you out for Disability Caucus, getting in there with the director of communications and all that fun stuff, and really vouching for us. So yeah.
All right, very good. Danny.
I want to shout out Chair Daedalus because she was very honing in on the proclamation resolution, and she was in my text messages like 3 days a week last week. So I'm glad she got those passed, and I'm proud of her and Black Caucus for that.
We love a passionate chair for sure. All right, Amanda.
Ariel, for one, because you killed it. Damarla, again, awesome job. Everyone that showed up, even if you like can't put your camera on because you're like in a car or you're in a meeting or you're at work, I commend you for doing this, even though you're not like able to physically be in like the state of Florida if you're not actually here. So great job just like showing up, even though you didn't really want to. So I appreciate you.
All right, we love people doing their jobs even when their jobs suck. Vihan.
So I just got here, but I would like to make a few shout outs. I'm going to assume by default that Pro Temp Damarla did a great job running this meeting. So congrats to her, shout out to her. And next, as I can relate to the pain of all the people taking the LSAT, because I'm taking it on Saturday myself. So shout out to Chair Temple and Speaker Holmes. Y'all will kill it on the LSAT. Shout out to Senator Lacasse for attending Senate while he's in a car. I really respect the grind. And shout out to Senator Herrera on being great on issues in the labor movement. So thank you very much. And also shout out to Chair Hurst for taking role and doing LJR announcements on my behalf. Thank you, Amanda. I couldn't appreciate it more.
All right, we do love and support those who are doing Senate from weird places. We do not, however, support driving while doing Senate. So just to be clear, friends don't let friends Senate and drive. Okay. L.
Yes, I would actually like to shout out Vice Chair Duke for helping me set up today's Disability Caucus meeting, because I was kind of indisposed, unfortunately, today. I've had a lot of life stuff going on. So I appreciate Vice Chair Duke kind of stepping up and helping me out with that.
All right, awesome. And speaking of, Rihanna.
Hi, I would like to shout out Chair Campbell for being a great chair. Yeah, no, they, like, as Senator Similo also said, they've been doing a great job getting in contact with people and doing things for Disability Caucus. And I would also like to shout out Senator Herrera for the amazing labor work that they do outside of Senate.
All right. Ethan's not here, so Senator shoutouts took about a third of the time they normally do. One last thing that I forgot, but I have remembered now. When you, for committee chairs or vice chairs, whoever is going to do it, make sure that you are putting in the committee decision in legislation that your committee is seeing. So whether that be fiscal bills coming out of our fiscal committees, or like the resolution proclamation tonight, make sure that you're adding in, passed in the vote count or not passed, whatever the vote count is, after it's gone through your committee. Okay, cool. With that, Netta, do you have anything?
Hi y'all. Yeah, just a reminder to everyone that I'm here for you. Thank you to Jason for being my second one-on-one of the semester. So again, if anybody needs anything from me, I'm here. I would love to set up a one-on-one with you. Let me think. Oh yeah, great job, Akila. You did a super awesome job. Very proud of you. And yes, I'm here for all of you if you ever need anything.
Along with that, I think we've been going for a few weeks now this summer. I think Netta and I are going to try to connect with all the folks in leadership positions to sit down and just have a check-in. So look out for those emails as well. All right, Maddie, anything from you?
Hi, everyone. I'm sick. My voice sounds like poop, but I'll be better soon. I dropped an epic cat photo of the week in honor of all the LSAT sufferers. So hopefully that lifts the lawyers' spirits. Good.
All right, any questions for us?
Seeing none, miscellaneous business, appointments none, resignations, LGBTQ caucus, Senator Yalamanchili, Women's Caucus, Senator Yalamanchili, Latin Hispanic Caucus, Senator Yalamanchili, FAO, Senator Rose. And then I'm gonna ask Senator or Chair Yalamanchili this quick question. Do you want me to resign you from ENA because I know you're LJR rep too, or are you still staying on it?
Actually, the LJR rep is, I believe,
Oh, I
Senator
apologize.
Hamid. But yes, I do intend on resigning from ENA. Thank you.
Okay, then I'll just add that as well. DeMarla's drip down, so I can't see. I don't think I can see anyone other than Amanda, Preston, and then Elle. So all three of you get first place. Woo! I'm hoping next week you guys turn on your cameras and show me some sick outfits because I have no one in my DeMarla's drip down, so it's kind of sad. So I'm hoping to see really cool outfits next week. But with that, final roll call. Oh, I think Aloe had a really cool outfit. I don't know if was that Aloe or was that someone else? Chair Campbell?
Aloe's not here anymore?
Yeah, I just realized that, so that's very awkward of me. My bad, whoever was in Brody's background. I'm like blind, I don't have my glasses on. But Amanda or Vihan, which one is doing final call?
I can do it.
Okay.
All right, so let me pull up the attendance sheet. Okay, Senator Herrera.
Present.
Senator Trainer. Absent. Senator eBay.
Oh, sorry. I said here. I'm not sure if it.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Thank you, Senator Trainer. Senator eBay.
Present.
Chair Kenna.
Present.
D-Leg Morissette.
Present.
Chair Temple. Absent, I believe. Chair Bishop.
Present.
Vice Chair Caringle.
Present.
Chair Datlas.
Present.
Vice Chair DeCara. Vice Chair DeCara. Absent. Chair Butler.
Present.
Chair Campbell,
Present.
Senator Castillo,
Present.
Senator Laugier,
Present.
Senator Fintel, absent. Senator Hamid,
Present.
Senator Larson,
Present.
Senator Moore, Senator Moore is absent, I believe. Oh, Senator Fintel, are you here? I'm going to mark you present because you said something in the chat. Thank you. Senator Rose,
Here.
Senator Whitson,
Here.
Senator Brown,
Present.
Chair Simillo,
Present.
Senator Humayun,
Present.
Senator Nadella, Senator Nadella. He's here in the Zoom meeting. Should I mark him present, Akila?
Yeah, just do it for now. Thanks.
All right. Senator Ishan Patel,
Also, just to inform you, he did say present in the chat.
okay, cool. Senator Ishan Patel, absent. Okay. I am present. Senator Luthra,
Here.
Chair Yusufari is absent, I believe. Vice Chair Acosta,
Present.
Chair Borges, Chair Borges, all right. Chair Carter,
Present.
Vice Chair Duke,
Present.
Senator Hochfelder,
Present.
Speaker Holmes is absent. Chair Hurst,
I'm here.
Senator Kazay,
Present.
Senator Lacasse,
Present.
Senator AJ Patel,
Here.
Aile Pullman, I believe is absent. ELA Richmond,
Present.
Senator Sandlin,
Present.
Senator Kairos, Senator Kairos, absent. Pro Tem Damarla,
Here.
Deezer Mittal,
Present.
all right, and Senator Ishan Patel, are you? I know you're in the Zoom. Can you say present?
I'm present.
All right, cool. With 36 out of 45, quorum is verified.
Yay, and with that, I